Okay, well, I'm going to play a little bit more Skyrim. I have a little bit of time here. I'm going to just upload this as its own video. We're going to talk about, oh my god, do I have a doozy? It's one that, I got to play it to Skyrim just because of the heaviness of it. So I want to relax while I talk about this. We're going to talk about what's transpired with Twitter, with the whole Hunter Biden laptop situation. That's an absolute crazy insurrection of the First Amendment in the American or the United States of America. And then we have up here in Canada what is going on. We have several bills up here in Canada that literally look to sweep the rug out from underneath every single Canadian, every single person that's up here, and it's absolutely a travesty. First off, I've got to drop off some stuff here. Oh, I didn't want to take that. Whatever. Yeah, like the Hunter laptop story, Elon Musk turned around and posted it all on Twitter, and now everyone's blowing it up, and it's absolutely it's gone pretty insane. By the way, this Daedric sword is insane. Is this actually better? No, the Dawnbreaker's still better overall. Yeah, so sorry, Dawnbreaker all the way. The rest of that can stay. But yeah, there's just what's going on with it. It's in the fact that they were able to suppress social media to the point where everyone had the wool pulled over their eyes is kind of insane. I'm just gonna throw that out there. If you're not paying attention, obviously there's some media outlets that are just covering their face. See no evil, hear no evil. They're like, oh yeah, that happened, but it doesn't affect us at all. We don't care. And they honestly should be sitting there and putting it out there right now for everyone to hear about. They should be saying, listen, all of this happened. It's bad. We're going to drop off a bunch of this stuff here. Yeah, we can drop off all those. It looks like I'm able to drop off some things that were quest items now. No, if they want to take them away from me, go right ahead. Hey, nice. So we've got a few little things that I can do. But ultimately, the Hunter laptop story, it's one of those things that it shouldn't have been suppressed the way it was. It shouldn't have been put, it should have been something that the press and the courts should be dealing with. So we'll have to wait to see what happens with that. A lot of people are sitting here. They're going to watch and wait for Congress or for something of the American states to do some sort of step up and actually do something about how this story was suppressed. I don't know what happens at this point from it. I'm not an American, I'm Canadian. I'm just here watching from the outside. And to me, it seems like interference happened, and it's not something that should have happened. It's not something that should be taken lightly at all. And I think a lot of people in the States there should be up in arms. They should be saying, hey, listen, this happened. We don't agree with it at all. You know what? Let's just take all here, and then maybe I can make something decent, because we've got a bunch of stuff. Ooh, yes, I can. Clam chowder. Yeah, warmth, 25 points for 300 seconds. Restores 200 points of cold. Oh, yeah. The clam chowder seems like the way to go. Oh, I can only make one. Yeah, we'll do this. And then what do we got? Potato soup is like the best thing, but this also restores stamina and health. So we'll do those, and then whatever's left, if there's any left, which I don't think there is. Now I got enough food for the winter, so we can be on our merry way. Yeah, there's just so many things that continue to happen down in the States that I don't understand how it continues, how no one stood up against this stuff, and why it continues. It just, to me, it doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of things going on everywhere in the world right now, especially up here in Canada too. We have Bill C-11, which is going to censor our internet, our content creation. You guys won't even be able to see this video if Bill C-11 goes through the way they want. Do I gotta sleep? I'm hungry. I just need to eat. We'll eat one of those. That should make me well fed, refreshed, warm. Okay. Yeah, so Bill C-11 is going to suppress the Canadian internet to the point where videos like this, by me being a Canadian, filming this in my office, filming this on a Canadian IP, does not make it Canadian enough for it to be out there in the world. I actually have to sit there and announce if I'm a furry or if I am, which I am, part African, or all these things. I'm going to have to put that in the front of all of my videos, straight up through and through, for them not to be suppressed. I'm going to have to label myself with thousands of different identities just to put it out there, and that literally is in 4.2 part of the amendments that they're putting through, or not the amendments, of the bill. They're trying to put through more amendments right now. And then we got Bill 18, which is it's going to be something that's taking aim at like Facebook. What's going to happen is if you link a news story, Facebook is going to now have to pay the news outlet for you linking it. It's a really strange way to go after people, to you know. What's breathing water? Anything good? No, we don't care. I don't even know where to go at this point. Yeah, maybe I'll start heading towards that. Sorry, I'm just, you know, this is probably going to be up there in time wise, because I'm gonna go out there. But anyway, Bill C-18 is literally going to, can I fast travel over here at all? No, it's not gonna let me fast travel. I'll go to town and it should let me do that. Yeah, Bill 18 is going to make Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that pay a royalty if a news article is linked, which is just, it's the internet, it's free. I think news outlets are doing enough to kind of subvert their own sites with ads, and they're doing so much more with it that if you're not running like an ad block, or if you're not using the Wayback Machine for a lot of these things, it's just going to, it's just a horrible experience navigating like a newspaper overall. It's okay. Horsey, okay, fine. Get off the horse because you're useless. Horsey won't let me get up on the bridge. There we go. Hey, now I'm flying. Here you go. It's time to fly with Cinder. Flying with Cinder. Actually, I saw a little trick with a basket. Do we have a basket? I saw a little trick about flying. We'll check the next place we go to. Yeah, so that's Bill 18. And then we got Bill 21, C-21, which is now targeting firearms in Canada. If you are a hunter, a farmer, someone that sits there and lives off the land, this is affecting a lot of Indigenous people as well, because a lot of them are hunters. If you have a magazine that carries more than 5 rounds, the gun is banned. And then there's, on top of that, they're banning like shotguns, they're banning rifles through and through. It's absolutely ridiculous at this point. You know, I work with people and they're sitting there like, what is my government doing? The people I work with, they're pissed. Everyone is pissed off with this. So far so, the goalie of the Montreal Canadiens, Carey Price, has come out and denounced the bill. That is how insane that bill is getting at this point. Can I fast travel now? That was the whole point of me going here, was to fast travel. You're not going to let me fast travel. Let's go in and out, see if I can do it. In? I might be chilly, that might be why. Oh, and now I'm drained, so now I actually have to go to the inn and sleep, when I could have slept at the place, which is kind of silly. That's why it won't let me fast travel. It's a strange bug. I've been told up and down it's a bug, but it seems to work if I am fully have no red or anything like that. It seems to let me fast travel. So that's what I do. Yeah, so Bill C-21 is now literally taking away the rights of people being able to hunt, being able to live off the land in Canada, which is just ridiculous in itself. The next one is Bill C-26, which I wasn't very familiar with overall. What was Bill C-26? I know I had this written out. I had it written out. I know I had it written out. What was Bill C-26? Give me a second here. It'll take me 2 seconds to look it up if the game lets me out. There we go. Yeah, Bill C-26. Bill C-26 is the Internet Act that they're trying to put out there. It's going to allow the government to turn around and tell the internet providers of the internet that if you're not in line, you can cancel their internet. So if someone says something wrong, or someone says that you're not this pronoun or something with the compelled speech laws that are out there in Canada right now, if you get caught doing that, not only are they going to fine you, but they're also going to restrict your access to the internet. This is also going to get rid of VPNs. We won't be able to have VPNs through and through. It's absolutely a travesty, and it's not something that should ever be going through. This is everything that's happening right now in Canada, and it's going to be a travesty when it goes through. We're all going to sit here and go, oh, that was great. It was a great run that we had as a country. But, you know, let's just crash and burn. It doesn't matter that the Bank of Canada lost $500 million for the first time in its history in a quarter. It's absolutely ridiculous what they're doing with our money and with everything up here happening in Canada. I don't even know what to do at this point. Can I fast travel yet? Why can't I fast travel? Please let me fast travel. I would like to fast travel. There is no reason it doesn't let me fast travel. At least let me fast travel to the city. Windhelm. No, it looks like I got to do this the hard way, which, whatever, I have a horse now. Looks like we're running, folks. So, be on with me for this journey. We're taking a run. We're gonna hop on our horse. Yeah. So, Bill C-26 that it's another way that they're just going to create all of these problems for Canada. Winterhold, we want to go to Windhelm-ish. So I want to go this way. So we now have a marker. There we go. So we're going to, we're taking a long road. And then it's Bill C-36, I think is the other one, which is only dealing with BC. They're going to make all medical workers, including dentistry, physiotherapists, all of them across the board will have to be vaccinated and boosted, which is in itself, you know what, that I think forcing it on people is wrong. I think these mandates have always been wrong. I've always spoken out against them, and the reason for that is because I have my own disease, and if these start to get mandated, we saw this back with leprosy. People with leprosy, they got mandated and had to go away from the rest of society because they were infectious and all these other things. And it turned out you could cure it quite easily with a couple good baths and all these other things. But they got shunned away from the rest of society. I have a disease. I have colitis. It's something that affects me internally, and I deal with it on a regular basis. And I don't see why your medical status should ever restrict you from being able to work, just live your life, just to have everything. Where am I? Apparently we've gone to the mines. This is what happens. This is why fast traveling in survival sucks. Why not having it is so bad. Oh God. Yeah, so all of these bills that are coming through, it's they're not cool. There's a lot of things that I'm worried about. Does it all affect me? No, not really. I'm not a hunter. I don't care about guns, but I care about the people that do hunt, and I care. Why is this horse dead? I do care that I have coworkers that will not be able to continue to be able to hunt or be able to do stuff. They're dance of fire. Sure, we'll pick it up because okay, we'll take those. We have 2 of these, and I'm gonna take this basket because I want to see if I can do something here really quick. Okay, so we have a basket. Oh, we have a whole bunch of stuff under the basket. We have a novice conjurer. I guess you don't need any of that because you're... Can I just hook my horse up and just, like, do everything else here? Okay, so I saw a really quick trip about a basket. So let's see. Where's the basket? I don't want to... No, I want to drop the basket. Okay. Can I flip this basket over? Okay. Hey, okay. We're in the basket. Right? Okay. That didn't work. Stand back up. Okay. What? Oh my! I tossed the basket flying. Yeah, whatever. I'm not trying this. That's absolutely ridiculous to even think that I could do something like that. Let's get our horse. Let's get back on our horse. Yeah, so all of these bills, all these laws, everything that's coming out on Twitter lately, it makes you wonder how much more has been censored. It makes you wonder what else is going to come out in the next month. We've got a month left of the year, and how many more political scandals are we going to see? How many more political stances are we going to see from each side of the political aisle, where one person has to do this? We still have here, I'm in Alberta, so the other thing that I'm dealing with here is watching the parties here fight over the what's called the Sovereignty Act, where from my understanding, this is my understanding of it, the Alberta government currently, with the current UCP that's in there, which is the United Conservative Party, which honestly a lot of them I don't really care about, but what they're trying to do is put through this act that tells Ottawa, with the feds, to stay in their own lane. That's my understanding of it. They're literally trying to put this through. But then there's the other side. The New Democrats here are trying to say that this is going to cost people's jobs. This is going to do all this. And I'm like, how does telling the federal government to stay in your own lane, to let our laws work the way they are, to let us act like the separated province that we are in as a whole of Canada, how in the world does that in the long run cause jobs? All it is, from my understanding, is it puts a checkpoint forward. I could be wrong on it, but I've read it and I didn't see anything written in there that said straight up that they're going to make healthcare unavailable, that they're going to make jobs unavailable, that they're going to do all these things that just makes it fall apart. I don't get where it came down to that. I just don't. I'm trying to understand it. I've been watching, but I never see any actual documentation of it, and I don't know. Oh, we got a bandit? Oh, you're a bandit? Oh, you shot my horse. You shot my horse in the ass. I'm sorry. Why in the world did you shoot my horse in the ass? How about this? You... Here, I'm gonna take your soul if I don't die here. Oh, you had an elven bow? Interesting. Let's get back to this. I'm freezing, but whatever. We took out the bandit chief. I don't even have to do this anymore. She's got my back so well that she can just take them out on their own. They just don't live. What do you got? You got absolutely jack and squat. We got another one over here. Oh, these guys got a fire. I can warm up. Well, I guess we're gonna... I'm just going to let my vampire chickie take you out. You know, so it's strange to see everyone fighting. It's strange to see how Twitter has become like the one place to go to get news now. You know, it's not like I completely tune out local news now because it does no good for me at all. A lot of the local news here is always, you know, they're funded half the time by the state now. So it's like, what do you do? What do you say? How can you sit there and believe half the stuff that they're trying to say? There's so many things going on in the world, and just, you know, when you sit there and you look at the local stuff, what's affecting you, what's going to affect your overall well-being, overall being able to speak on the internet. You know what? That's why I'm talking about this now, because if I don't talk about this now, I'm not going to get a chance to talk about this. And what am I doing? What am I doing? I should actually be healing right now because I'm supposed to be standing next to this fire. So I'm not freezing because I am frozen. And that's definitely not what we want to do. But yeah, so with so many things going on, you just sit there, shake your head, and just try and understand what's going on in and around you. You know, I'm in my 40s, and I've never been so politically entwined in the world today. I've never been, you know, most of the time I was ignoring it. I wasn't paying attention to it. Now I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, and it just seems that everything's coming up to a battlefront. And when I look at what's happening here in my home province and the two sides of the coin, and I go, well, which side do I want to be on? One side saying this and one side saying that. The one is saying we're just going to put up all these things that's going to stop the federal government from stepping in and overstepping their bounds in our own jurisdiction. And then we have the other side saying, well, by doing that, you're going to lose jobs and you're going to lose contracts and all this other stuff. And I sit there and go, what? How does eating, like, if I have a plate of food in front of me, right? I'm eating my food, right? And the dog comes up to me and sits there and says to me, you know, by you eating your food, you're not going to live, and thus I'm going to have to eat your corpse. What? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, you know? So you just have to sit there and you just tell yourself, like, you know, these things are happening, but it's not a big deal, and just let it blow on by. And in a lot of cases, that's what I've done. But man, it's really hard to ignore it when you know it's going to affect you personally, with like Bill C-11. Now, there is talk it's going to take up to 2 years for that to actually happen. Why is... Okay, what's with this reindeer? Steel reindeer. It's an actual reindeer. Talk to... Hold on.
I was sure I heard something.
Can I, like, talk to you? I'm going to use your... Can't use this while in combat. How am I in combat? I see there's something over here, but I don't know what's
Who's
over
there?
here. Oh, there's a bandit thug that's stuck. Excuse me? Why are you running from me, like, non-stop? I didn't have a soul gem large enough for you? Well, that's too bad. Okay. Oh, we got... Oh! Frost Troll! That's a little bit more dangerous. Right? Like, this is what I want to do with myself. I want to be able to sit here, play games, have fun, and just, you know, talk about useless things. You know, not having to sit there and worry about if I'm going to be able to make content, if I'm going to be able to worry about my friends at work being able to go out there and actually feed their family by them going on a hunting excursion or something like that. It's pretty... Oh, I can talk to you? I'm sorry.
Take a look.
Okay. Reindeer bill of sale. Wait, it's 1488. Wow. So, like, this guy, like, sells everything? Here, I'll sell you a silver ring. And some mage robes. I should go loot all the... You know what? What I should do... Hold on. Let's do this smartly. Let's find one of these bandits I just downed. Maybe. Is there a bandit over here? Where are you, bandit? Okay, there's no bandit. Oh, like this guy got up. Can you die?
Now ain't this a surprise?
Why? What is wrong with this bandit? Well, we got one here. I'll just loot this guy. So we're going to take everything on this bandit, and I'm going to go sell it to this vendor. Because this is what you do when you find a vendor out in the middle of the woods. You legitimately sell them all the bandit gear, and that's how you get them, how you break the bank, right? Right? That's what you do. Oh, boy. Okay, what do we got here? Fur braces. Yeah, we'll sell all that. We had... What else did we have here? Oh, we have a longbow. I'm guessing that because that's named, that's probably something I don't want to give up very easily. Iron dagger we can do. Okay, what do you got for sale? Do you actually got other things for sale? So you got all these other things, like the reindeer bill of sale. I'm tempted to buy it just so I own a reindeer because that's pretty epic. Do I actually get to summon the reindeer afterwards? Like, is this supposed to be Saint Nick? Is this supposed to be Christmas time? Weird. Cool. So I'm wondering if you can actually own that reindeer because that's kind of neat. Anyway, you know what? We had bandits. I raided one and sold all his gear. So I made some profit off that overall. We got another fire here. Are you gonna kill me? No, you're Kajet. You're fun. Oh, am I in... This is Dawnstar? Is that where this is? Don't tell me I went in a circle. Well, I was down in Morthal. Now I'm up in Dawnstar. Okay, well, that's not horrible. Honestly, I think we want to go due south here. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to end this here. It's been, you know, a half-hour talk here. Just letting you guys know what's on my mind, what I'm watching out there in the world. It's absolutely crazy watching, you know, my provincial leaders fight each other to the death. Like, they're, you know what? Put them both in the Star Trek ring, do some crazy-ass music, and just let them have at it. Because that's where we're at right now. You know, we got one side that's sitting there siding with the federal government. We've got the other side sitting there trying to stand up for Alberta. So, I don't know. To me, it's a really hard choice to sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to side with Canada as a whole when my province is the one that should be governing what's going on here. There is the other side of this all saying that they're illegitimate because an election's coming next year and they just took over as an intern premier. So there is a little bit of, you know, I get both sides of it here, but it's just crazy to sit there and continue to even think and talk about it. And where everything is gone now with the world today, everything is so polarizing. It's just insane. I just want to sit here and play games and enjoy playing games. So that's where I'm at. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This is Proud Canadian Phoenix Cinder Shadow signing off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little chat.